So you don't really need to bust the bank to have a dope setup. You can make any space look fantastic no matter what condition it's in with just a little creativity. What's going on, boys and girls? It's your main man, Mighty Albert, and I haven't had enough caffeine yet to make this video, but we'll eventually get juiced up enough to keep doing it. So I just want to say that this week's video, we have something very cool prepared for you guys because I've been getting a couple of questions here and there about my gaming setup and my gaming room setup. And Al, it looks so cool. It must have cost you so much money to get there. And honestly, guys, my setup and my little furniture and shelves, it really was just a labor of love. You know, I mean, it was just something that it just came over time. I found little tips and tricks online, and I figured, why not compile all of my knowledge and give them back to the people, right? How could you make something like what you see behind me without busting the bank? Now, I just want to say that this is a labor of love. Like anything, like any gaming setup or any hobby, it takes time to build it up. So if you think that you could just rack up a big knot of cash and run out and buy everything that you see, maybe you can, but I didn't. It took me a long time. I bought a flag here and there, a picture here and there, a game here and there. Before I knew it, I have what you see behind me. So we're just gonna go through my room. I'm just gonna talk about some of the things that I have in my room and some of the things that I believe to be crucial to having a cool setup that you can be proud of. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. All right, guys, so this is just basically a small little pan out of my space. Fun fact, actually, this room used to be my bedroom growing up as a kid, and I'm fortunate enough to be renting the house from my dad. And it's just been such a blast revamping my old bedroom into something that I can call my own. And while it's not perfect, I'm super happy with what I've got so far. I mean, this is just a quick overview of everything that I've done, points of interest that I really enjoy about this room, but I'm gonna take you on a little journey on every side of the room, just one step at a time, really, and just basically showcase the reasonings why I put things where I put them and just where I got everything. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this gives you some ideas on what you want to do with your space or corner. So, beginning right away, this right here is the left side of my room. I got my CRT TV, but check this out over here. I got my boxes, like there's my fridge, there's my PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Nintendo 64 boxes, and I got them on these little floating shelves I got at Target. It was like, they were like 17 bucks or 20 bucks, and they're great. They're very sturdy, they hold a lot of weight, and I just love showcasing my boxes. I'm like a little collection. And there's the Beast, the CRT, playing Diddy Kong Racing. Probably one of my favorite games of all time for the 64, and I just love it. I got it standing on this little old coffee table. Oh geez, look at the cable management. Wow, I wish I'd kind of spruced that up. So, but like, you know, it is what it is. It's functional for now. Maybe I'll mess with the wiring later, but there's a picture of my wife and I that we got done at a carnival. I love that photo. It's probably one of my favorite pictures of us together, ironically. There's my flags for World of Warcraft, my couch. There's my little plushies, my banana and my Zelda and my dog. But those over there, right on the side, those are my daughters. And my daughter, she's like, I want my plushies to be in your videos since I can't be in them, and then my plushies will be famous. It's so awesome. I could not say no to that. Couldn't say no to that for sure. And there's my ottoman. Yeah, it's shown some wear and tear, but this used to be in our old living room in the old apartment, and I use it for storage mainly. And like, you know, I got like some shoes, some water bottles, and, you know, some wipage, some wipes in case, you know, you got to clean up an accident, some Weird Al Yankovic, yep, records, and some old shelving and some controllers that I just keep in there for now. I'll find things to use them for, but for now they just stay in there. Focusing on one of my favorite pieces in my room is this old shelf that I repurposed. This used to be like a really ugly, in my opinion, cherry red cabinet with some ugly doors. I took the doors off and I spray painted them. Well, I spray painted the shelf white, you know, with the help of my fabulous wife, because I don't have the patience to do anything right. And while it's not perfect, it's functional and it's perfect for me. It does exactly what I want it to do, and just highlights some of my favorite games that I have in my collection. And, you know, starting right off the bat, there's my consoles, like my NES games and GameCube games and N64 games. Oh, I love N64. And I got this cheapo light strip from it wasn't Home Depot, it was Walmart for like $5. And I recommend just spending the extra $8 to $9 on an adhesive LED strip, because these have these like little crappy clips on it, and you know, it's functional. It illuminates the shelves in my videos enough where I'm too lazy enough to just go back to Walmart or Amazon and just buy more adhesive LED strips. But you know, it does what I have to do now. And there's some of my golden Pokemon cards and my handhelds and amiibos and my Super Nintendo and GameCube. And I got my NES Classic and my Super Nintendo Classic, my bootleg Ocarina of Time box. Oh man. And I got that flag right there at Target for like $10. And I believe I got this poster at Game Exchange. If you have a Game Exchange, go in there, because they got some really awesome collectibles. I think it was like $10 I paid for that poster, but it's just so beautiful. And Twilight Princess was honestly one of my favorite. I want to just go back to the couch real quick, because this couch, I actually got it at IKEA. And one of the reasons why I got this couch in the first place was because it's functional, and the fact that I could turn it into a bed and sleep someone on it if I have a guest over, and it turns into like about, you know, a full-size mattress. Now, it's nice and firm, and it's functional, and it's a place where my friends can hang out and chill. We could play some games, play some music, and yeah, I love this couch. I think I paid like $180 for it. And yeah, there's my amplifier for my guitar. Yes, I do strum the strings. And speaking of guitars, here's my guitars, and we'll sit down and at the chair, and we'll take a look at them real quick. I don't mind. That acoustic guitar, that Taylor right there, that's actually not mine. That's my brother's guitar. He's just letting me borrow it. But this guitar right here, this is my Fender Strat, and it's an American Strat, and I love it. It's maple neck and fingerboard, one solid piece of wood, and it's an alder body. I think it's a 2-piece, or it might be a solid piece body, but it's super heavy. I love this guitar. I love the finish, the black pickguard with the copper body. It's just beautiful, and it sounds just as good. It's actually like a revamp of like a 70s style neck and headstock. It just plays so good, and it just has such a nice tone to it. And this guitar right here, may he rest in peace, this is an Eddie Van Halen signature EVH Wolfgang special, and I love this guitar. I love how worn out it looks. It sounds incredible. It plays even better. Basswood body, Seymour Duncan pickups, Floyd Rose. It's got it, man. It's got it all. It's got a wonderful ebony fingerboard, which I love. It's buttery smooth. And rest in peace to the king, baby. I mean, this guitar is just fabulous. And I don't know, maybe when I hit 100 subs, I'll play it for you guys. I don't know how that'll go, but you can't say I won't try, for sure. Let me know if you would like to see that. Maybe that's something we could do on this channel to kind of just switch it up a little bit. Now, going to the centerpiece, I think what everyone wants to see is, this is my setup, right? This is where I record my videos. This is where I game. This is where I do it all. And what I really just want to do is just take you on a little journey, one piece at a time, and explain what everything is. So right here, this is my Xbox Series X fridge, and I'll open it and just show you what's inside. And you can, oh jeez. There are my beverages, my seltzer water, and I think I got a can of Coke. And I couldn't believe that I actually found this thing at Target. Super happy, super awesome find. And there's my mouse and keyboard, all from Corsair, under my big mouse mat. And I want to highlight this guy right here because an arm boom is hard to find. And I got this at Sweetwater for like, I believe it was on sale for like 75 bucks or 80 bucks. And it's awesome. I mean, it has such good weight. There's my Corsair headphones. There's my studio headphones for mixing and recording and stuff like that. And there's my charging station that I got. I think I got that at Burlington Coat Factory. There's my webcam, my C920. Jeez, look at how dusty this stinking thing is. My God. Yep, I love that white keyboard, man. That's my Corsair keyboard. There's my M Audio interface where I could plug my guitar in and my headphones in. Acts like a sound card. Now this desk right here, this desk right here is an Alex desk. In other words, I just got an Alex tabletop and Alex drawers, and it's commonly used amongst the YouTube community. I kind of jumped on the bandwagon a little bit. I mean, I just love these drawers. There's so much space to utilize in them, and they really weren't expensive. I think they were 90 bucks a piece, like 79 a piece, something like that. I got my monitors on a mount that I got off of Amazon for $30. I mean, guys, you could piece together such an amazing setup and find such awesome things. Now, this is an LED strip that I got off of Amazon again. Like, this was like a 65 or a 55 footer. And I got it running around the perimeter of my room and just give a nice ambient glow. That light bulb right in there, believe it or not, I got this little remote for it, and I can just change the colors just to kind of set the vibe a little bit more in here. And it was a light bulb I got at Walmart for another like 15 bucks. And you could find cool gadgets for very cheap, like this spotlight that I have in my videos to help just illuminate the room a little bit. This was another 40 bucks that I got at Walmart again, and it's so functional. And there's my little flask from Puerto Rico when my wife and I went on our honeymoon. You know, I haven't really used it yet, really haven't had to use it, but I got it, and it's just a awesome memory that I keep here in this awesome room of mine. And just like that, guys, we are now back at my desk with a much more groomed and arguably more handsome Mighty Albert. Ooh! But I really hope that this video really inspired you and gave you guys some ideas. Like, you could find so many cool elements to your game room or for your game room at places like Walmart for that little bit of LED ambient lighting for your shelves or for your room, or you can find old furniture at like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill that you can just put a little bit of elbow grease into and sand it down and spray paint it and repurpose something to make it functional, or save up for a nice little couch with some functionality or an ottoman. And the biggest tip that I can honestly give you from just my experience doing this for several years now is patience, right? Because the biggest problem that I myself have is patience. You know, I have a vision in my head and I just want to go out and I want to buy all this stuff and I just want to piece everything together. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the fun is in the journey, seeing everything build up and seeing everything put together over time and adding things. And as you're going, you'll get more and more ideas and become more and more inspired as time goes on. And for those of you who don't have like a designated space or a room like I do, you can even go as far as, you know, maybe square off a certain part of your wall in like maybe your dining room, because back then, here, I'll show you a little picture. This used to be my setup in my first apartment when I first got married. And all I had was a little corner and a little section of the wall. And what you could do is maybe hang up like one painting on the wall, or, you know, square off a little spot and paint it a different color, just so that when you turn around and you walk by that setup and you're like, damn, that's my setup. And it just gives you and it just sparks joy when you walk by it or look at it and you're like, wow, that is a setup that I'm proud of. And when I finally get a chance to sit down at the end of my day, I am relaxed and I'm just so happy, and it's just an awesome space for you to enjoy. So that's gonna do it for this week's video. Let me know what you think. Do you have any suggestions or ideas for my room personally? Or what's something that you've done for your room? Just drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear and share ideas with you guys, because by all means, I don't have the greatest setup in the world. But thank you guys for watching this one. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you really loved it, subscribe and stick around for some more content, because there's content coming out every week. And I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.